Japan got hit with another earthquake, 7.1 on the Wendy Richter scale. And there was an earthquake before that that killed 9 people. So the aftershocks did tons of damage. And they discovered that by the nuclear site in Fukushima, the nuclear power plant that cracked and started to drift into the ocean, there are now radioactive boars. There are wild boars eating and drinking in that area and then taking the radiation further inland. And I'm telling you, Japan, all this bad shit will stop the second you stop making anime. Like, how many signs do you need? Just stop making anime, and bad things will stop happening to you. The hockey playoffs have started. Oh, so of course you want my playoff predictions. I predict that by the end of the playoffs, I will care even less that we're almost out of fresh water. Baseball started up, and I predict that this will be the most expensive, disappointing year ever, causing even more bullies in high school. Not a sports fan. They are not my tribe. Today we're eating grapefruits because I have the startings of a head cold. And having a head cold is awful. And sports are awful. Sports are why I'm pro-choice. So, I know people go, oh, but it's murder. Yeah, but maybe we got rid of one more jock asshole. Abortion is proof that life sucks. Because of the vacuum. And nope, if you have to explain it, it's not a joke. Going with the ruby red grapefruit today, as opposed to the other one, the yellow one. I don't know why this is ruby red and the other one's, I don't even know what the other one's called. I think it's just called grapefruit. Some people eat grapefruit by cutting it in half and then cutting each section and then putting sugar on it. That's how my mom used to give it to me when I was a kid, and I was just like, just eat it like an orange. Like they even have grapefruit bowls where you put the grapefruit in it and you cut off half, and people try to scoop it out with a spoon. I've never understood that. Just eat this is the good stuff. I don't get it. Julia Louis-Dreyfus hosted Saturday Night Live last night. And I don't catch the show every week, but I caught last night's episode. It was pretty funny. Although it was weird. At the beginning, she referred to having worked with Marty Short. And I just found that weird because it takes the same amount of time to say Martin Short. But I don't find that weird when people say it for Martin Scorsese. Like when people say, oh, I worked with Marty Scorsese. Like, that makes sense, but I just don't think Martin Short's cool enough to earn the handle Marty. I'm just jealous, because you can't do much with my name. My name's Ryan. So I either get Ryan, some people say Rye, or Rye Guy. I hate Rye Guy. To me, Rye Guy sounds like a date rapist. Somebody that's emotionally invested in Axe body spray. Like a salesman that loves golf. I just love golf. My name's Rye Guy. Ugh. Rye Guy's a type of person that, like, memorizes lines from Fast and the Furious. I don't know any lines from Fast and the Furious. I saw the first one, and then I think I saw 10 minutes of the second one. It was on at a friend's house, but I didn't really watch it. And the one since my friend Johnny lent me the one where they jump a train. I don't know which one that was. 5, 6. I don't know. He lent me one of them. He's like, man, the stunts in this are insane. So I watched it. I don't know if it was CG or they actually jumped a train. Either way, hooray. Oh. This bit probably would have been funnier if I had some Fast and Furious lines. So I'm going to look some up on IMDb and then mention them here in my little crackpot breakfast. Because that could be funny. I just read 18 quotes on the Fast and Furious, and none of them are worth repeating. They discovered a drug that is 100 times more potent than fentanyl in BC. W18's high potency apparently makes it far more profitable than heroin. And, proving once again, British Columbia has to be cooler at drugs than Ontario. We get it, British Columbia. You win. You're like the Marsha on the Brady Bunch. They're always cooler with drugs. I guess that makes Ontario Jan. And Montreal would be Cindy. I mean, if you don't know the Brady Bunch at all, well, I can't help you anyways. I'm painting. It's my painting of the Golden Girls. I wanted to do a thing of them, like, standing on the street, like the Wild Bunch, or... I don't know, I like the idea of taking stuff that's traditionally male and putting women in it. That's my Golden Girl painting. It's not done, but that's the start of it. The best example of my putting women where dudes were is my Reservoir Cats painting, which I'll show here. And that's some of my favorite scenes of Reservoir Dogs, but with ladies playing it instead of dudes. Reservoir Dogs is a great flick. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch that now. So I had a wacky dream. I'm going to read to you now from my dream journal. I'm sitting in a very tiny apartment in Manhattan. I'm sitting with 3 other people. There's Jenny the bartender, George the stage actor, and Carrie the accountant. We're all wearing bathrobes and we're all brainstorming up a public service announcement for rabbits. Jenny the bartender feels that we should push the idea that rabbits are so twitchy and somehow that's important. George the stage actor feels that we should be reminding people how playful and affectionate rabbits can be. I ask if this PCA is telling people we should stop eating rabbits or stop shooting them. Carrie the accountant asks as to who would shoot a rabbit. George says farmers. Jenny asked me if I believe in karma. I ask if she means on farmers. Well, no. Carrie asks if I believe in karma at all. I say I do not. I think that karma is advanced sour grapes. And George laughed at this. Carrie asked me to elaborate on that. And I did. Sour grapes is the idea that if you can't achieve something, it probably wasn't worth it anyways. Based on Aesop's fable, there's a fox. He's walking by some low-hanging grapes. Grapes are hanging down, but he can't get them. He figures that if he can't have those grapes, they were probably sour anyway. Jenny asks where karma comes into this, and I tell her, I say, karma is the idea that when people do bad things, something as bad or worse is coming towards them. But you need only glance at the careers of Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld to know that that's bullshit. Cruelty and greed are not only condoned in this world, they're celebrated flagrantly. And Carrie asks if she's visiting my dream or if I'm visiting hers, and I tell her I don't know, and that's when I woke up. If you have any questions, look me up on Tumblr or Facebook, Ryan Lowry, and message me if you want me to review anything. And if I take a while to respond to you, please don't think of me as ignoring you. I'm just buffering.